According to the Guatemalan Secretary General of the Attorney General's Office of Guatemala, the U.S. government, our own government, is running the largest child sex trafficking ring on the planet. The Secretary General, Angel Pineda, specifically said these caustic words about the Biden regime. He said, quote, "They're harvesting the victims from Guatemala. They're picking them out like they're going shopping for shoes." Indeed, Guatemala has been ground zero for the current immigration crisis afflicting not only the United States, but the entirety of Latin America since Joe Biden won, I use that word loosely, the 2020 presidential election. And the numbers of children who have been trafficked from Guatemala into the United States are absolutely staggering.
This public-private partnership that DHS has created with these Mexican cartels and that ORR and HHS have created with these NGOs, these non-governmental organizations. And in combination, they've created this quasi public-private partnership, which has turned America into the child trafficking capital of the world, and has turned Guatemala into the child kidnapping capital of the world. Because our government has been meddling in Guatemala's affairs for so long, and organizations like USAID have funneled over the last 4 years alone, $796 million into that country through NGOs disguised as humanitarian aid. And because of the corruption inside their government, because we've been meddling in their politics for so long, our State Department pretty much controls Guatemala like a puppet.
Now, nearly 300,000 children have been trafficked into the U.S. That's just an absolutely stunning number. And how have these children been trafficked? Sure, they've been taken by the cartels into the U.S., but who is funding and organizing this? Well, as it turns out, Western non-governmental organizations, NGOs, who are ostensibly tasked with protecting these children of these countries. According to even NPR, who has been forced to cover it, Guatemalan prosecutors raided the offices of the charity Save the Children on Thursday, citing a complaint alleging the violation of migrant children's rights. The raid came a week after the Secretary General of Guatemala's public ministry, Angel Pineda, wrote a letter to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton asking for support in addressing allegations that Save the Children and other aid groups could be participating in child sex trafficking or child trafficking operations. And joining us now to discuss further is the Guatemalan Secretary General for the Attorney General's Office in Guatemala, Mr. Angel Pineda himself. Secretary Pineda, I appreciate you making the time to talk to our audience. This is absolutely heartbreaking, and we're sorry for what's happening to the children of your country. We've actually covered this story since it started making its way into the public sphere. Tell us, Secretary Pineda, how is your investigation going? First off.
Thank you, Emerald. Good to see you. Pleased to meet you. We thank everyone in the United States for giving us these spaces. Let me tell you, as in any country in the Occidental Hemisphere, every investigation it starts different issues that gets information to, if you are ready and get evidence, go to a judge. But here it's a very, very rare situation. This has been happening here in Guatemala with different investigations of some cases that maybe the Secretary of State of the United States of America doesn't want to take the path that he's going to take, but as they know that is going to take. In that time, we were naive, of what has been going on, of this obstaculization of the justice. But now we understand that what we started in that time, it was going to go to where it is now, and we haven't gone until we know we are going, because why we know we are going to something very, very hard because of what is happening and what have been talking with all your friends in the different journalism and podcasts on the United States have been telling us.
What kind of response have you gotten from any elected or governmental officials in the United States? Because these are very serious allegations. One would think that they would immediately want to respond and get to the bottom of what's going on.
Yeah, when you take a work like us, you know that is the prosecutor's office. Everything that gets in a claim or in a document that says that something is happening regarding different complaints and different felonies, we have to investigate. When we started, the first act that we made was to send a letter to Ken Paxton, who is the AG in Texas, because the claim says so. The claim says that different people from from Guatemala and from Central America is taken to the United States, especially to Texas. So we have to start to work with the AGs there. So investigate together. By now we haven't got a response from AGs in Texas, but I have the knowledge that he has been under attack also.
That he has been, could you just clarify that again? The Ken
Ah,
Paxton is aware, and he has been, he was possibly looking into the situation?
Well, we know that he's under attack also, as we are being under attack here in
Sure.
Guatemala, because when we didn't make we didn't give the information to the press here in Guatemala because our laws doesn't permit that. Our laws protects all the investigations, and when it's an investigation regarding children, it has an special protection. But in Texas, somebody of the journalism knew that this letter went to the AG's office in Texas, so they put it as published in Texas. So it started a different people from the United States asking here in Guatemala what is happening. We told them in April of this year that we received that claim, we received that document here in Guatemala, and we started to investigate it. What have we done by now? By now, we have been given some raids in five different NGOs. These raids has been authorized by a judge. So the judge saw that there was some evidence of something that could be a felony. So he authorized the raids. Um, but we haven't received the response that we have received in other cases by the United States of America. You know, we have been receiving some slow emotion help from the United States of America.